We've got a lot to share with you. We're updating my mother-in-law's 80s living room.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel.
We're Daires and Akilah of DIY Power Couple.
So we're excited about sharing our journey with you.
So let's get started.
We were on a roll. We painted the walls, ceiling, and trim, and worked together to cut the holes in the ceiling. We picked out our new halo lights, and we were ready to replace all the old lighting in this living room. And we started this part of the journey by removing our recessed lights.
I'm going to take you up into the attic with me, and we're going to locate these lights under 17 inches of insulation. We found one, and now we got to find the other one. I already turned off the power to the room, but this non-contact voltage meter says that there's still power going to this light. So this is the first situation that we ran into. We just could not turn off the power to this light. It turns out that the power to the lights were off. My non-contact voltage tester was picking up phantom voltage from nearby energized wires. I'm definitely ready to get these lights out of here. Some can lights are attached to the rafters with clamps. They use these super large staples to attach these. I wanted this to be an easy morning DIY project, but we ended up doing it in the middle of the day when it was 100 degrees in the attic. We're changing out these lights because we want all of the lights to be on the same switch, and these wires are the ones that start the whole process. It's time to go downstairs where it's cooler and remove the lights from the ceiling. When you have projects that are a little tough, just think about how they're going to look in the end. Any updates that you make will be an improvement. With DIY, we found that it's always easier to tear something down than to build it up. For some, demolition is the best part of home updates. We like to see the transformation of our projects.
You may be wondering, why would we go through all of this? Well, these can lights are very bulky, and they also use a lot of energy. We wanted evenly distributed lighting across the ceiling. Our goal was to improve visual comfort in this space and reduce eye strain.
We were on the tail end of this project, and my wife was helping me to locate the holes for each of the lights when I went back up into the attic when this happened. My old shoes caused my foot to slip on all that insulation, and my legs went through the ceiling. It made a big mess in our living room. My mother-in-law was away, and now I had to call her and tell her she has a big hole in her ceiling. I'm so happy that my friend Mike and my son came to the rescue. By this time, it was late at night and I was tired. We took off the old fan and capped the wires. I felt embarrassed because I've never had anything like this happen to me before. It was kind of weird because all that heat from earlier today came into the living room. I'm so grateful that Mike came over that evening to show me how to make a square out of that hole. Let me ask you a question. Have you ever had a DIY project go completely wrong where now you have a new project? Let me know in the comments.
This accident happened so fast that when I saw you fall through the ceiling, my first reaction was just to push your foot up. You pulled yourself up before you could fall to the ground, and I was so glad that you were okay. It shook the whole family for a moment, but we knew we needed to get that hole patched up as soon as possible. There was so much insulation everywhere, so we bagged as much of it as we could so that we could put it back in the attic. Our family will always remember this day and this project. We're so grateful that no one got seriously hurt.
So after gaining my confidence back, I continued with the ceiling repair. I drilled in support studs so that I could securely attach this larger piece of drywall. It was the next day, so we went to the home improvement store to get some drywall for the hole. Cutting out the shape that would correctly repair the hole in the ceiling would prove to be a challenge for us. We had to sand down the sides several times to get it to finally fit in place. After that part was done, I started wiring all the pot lights. It felt a little overwhelming at times because I forgot how many individual wires I would have to cut. The thing that kept me going was that I could see our family watching movies with the halo lights on. Just so you understand a little more of what I'm talking about, there's 3 individual wires inside of each of these white wires, and they all have to be trimmed. For us, one of the best and most challenging part of this DIY project was updating these single switches and turning them into 3-way switches so that we could turn the lights on and off on both sides of the room. All of the wiring has been trimmed and now they're ready for the lights. When it came to wiring the switches, my wife took the lead on this part and learned everything she needed to know to make it happen. She looked at all of the electrical graphs and charts for this kind of setup and figured it out. Now we have modern wiring and switches in this 80s home. Before we do the lights, we have some unfinished business with the ceiling that we have to tend to.
We had a new pressure of trying to match the swirl design in the ceiling, but at this point it was going to take up so much time and money and make a new type of mess. So we made the decision to patch and match the ceiling the best we can. This was probably the most discouraging part of the makeover. We just wanted to brighten this space for our multi-generational family, and we did not expect this repair to take so long. We've patched holes in walls before pretty easily, but it was something about working over our heads that made it so challenging. Most every DIY makeover goes through this, so don't feel bad if you've ever wanted to quit. Just regroup, refocus, and get back in there.
It's gonna match up. Okay, you just shove the wires up. And we do this one. Can we put this one up too? And this is how the ceiling looked when we were done.
But we knew we were at the max of our skill level, and it was time to bring in a professional. This is how it looked when he was finished, but wait until it dries.
With that out of the way, we got our second wind. We needed it because we had to take the lights out again. We let the drywall sit for a couple of days to completely dry. Then we repainted the entire ceiling so that everything would match. Well, my mother-in-law came home before everything was complete. The cool thing about it is that she didn't freak out. By this time, she knew that we would handle it and everything would turn out fine. We could finally see the light at the end of the tunnel. This is the part of the makeover that I was waiting for. It's fairly easy to install these pot lights. If you choose to do this project, we believe that you'll be extremely happy with it. It's basically plug and play at this point. We found that at first, some DIY projects may seem hard because it may be the first time that you've tried it. If you keep going and you don't give up, you'll have more confidence and new skills. So now we decided to install a modern fan my wife found on Amazon. I have installed many fans on this channel and this is one of my favorites. We both love the look, feel, and features of this fan, and it's fairly easy to put up. If you want to see a step-by-step video on how to install it, check out the link in the description. I didn't say it earlier, but this fan had to be replaced. It was so low I kept hitting my head on the glass part. But with this new fan, I don't even have to worry about that anymore. Take a look at all the work we did with the pot lights and the fan. With the help of Mike, our son, and the professional drywaller, we are beyond overjoyed at how our halo lights and the ceiling repair all turned out.
Babe, I love this lighting update in our living room. We're gonna take a moment and then come back to show you what we did to the fireplace.
So if you liked this video, give us a thumbs up, share with your family and friends, and subscribe to our channel.
And remember, you can DIY too.
We'll see you in the next one.
Bye.